Hey, today I'm having a camper day. The camper is parked inside the barn right now. The barn isn't finished. This gives us nice shelter. Wow, the wind and rain and everything. But I'm waiting to get confirmation back from the solar provider where we bought our package from almost a year ago on the wiring schematics, because our system has 2 inverters and 3 charge controllers. And I'm not exactly how to wire all those up. So luckily they've been a great company to work with. It's Northern Wind and Solar. Let me get that. It is Northern Arizona Wind and Solar Company. They've been great to work with. I need to chat with them online. They got a chat window. I've been able to call them and they answer. I've been able to email. They get a reply back fairly quickly. I worked with some other companies. Just recently I tried to order some racking for our panels, and tried to order it 3 times. Wasted a whole week with this other company trying to get the situation worked out. They kept denying my card for no apparent reason. I couldn't get a hold of them. It was just a disaster. So I lost a whole week waiting for my racking for the panels. So now I'm going back to Northern Arizona Wind and Solar because their customer service is so great. Their prices are a little bit higher than the other company that I was going with, but the additional, I think it's about $500 or $600 that I'm going to pay is worth it, just because their customer service is so great. If I got a question, they actually answer it. So it's been great working with those guys. When I originally bought our system, it was 10% off. I bought on Black Friday, so I got 10% off. Then I got the 30% off tax credit for 2019. This year it's 26 tax credit, 26%. So everything I'm buying right now will get that credit towards it. For 2021 it's supposed to be 22% tax credit, and after that it's supposed to fall off. But anyways, hope I'll get that email soon that I can get out there and start working on the electric system and getting those inverters and stuff hung up on the walls and get ready to start wiring it. So I'm finding that there is a severe lack of information on how to actually hook these things up. Mounting them, everything. I mean, the mounting instructions are fairly simple for one inverter. Multiple ones, not so much. So I'm going to try and do the best detailed as I can to help other people out who may be having the same problems that I've got. I've determined that right here, or no, right there, sorry, is the center of the house. So if the panels are centered, I can assume that right there is where my leads are going to come in at from the panels on the roof. See, if that's the center, and those need to be next to the charge controller, I would put my distribution box and then my inverters over here. I'm going to use this 16-inch bay as my divider. So I will line up my inverters and distribution panel here, and my charge controllers on this side. There's 3 of them, so that the solar power will come in. I can run it down some conduit, turn it into the charge controllers, and then I'll have the wires from the charge controllers be going down to the batteries, and then the batteries up into the inverters and distribution panel from there. That's the plan. So I'll put a couple things up and then try and leave enough gap inside there so I have plenty of room to work. I'm going to try and do this step by step to try and help anyone else that's having questions with it. Okay, I'm going to show these hangers go on. The spacing is exactly 16 inches on centers. So I'm doing this on the floor, but if you thought of this as the wall, as most people know in OSB, they put lines. So this would be 16, this would be 2 foot, that'd be 32. They run them down on a OSB, so it's easier to know where you're supposed to be nailing at. So you can see these are exactly 16 inches. So I would screw through these 2 holes, and then I would screw through these 2 holes. And then my next panel will fit right inside there like so. And then I believe I'll need to do the center screw on this one and the 2 on that side, because this actually fits, or is supposed to fit. I think the paint's maybe got that a little bit tight, but that should fit inside there and help hold it as well. If I rotate around to that side, move these around and get one that fits better. Yeah, that one fits good. attach them here on my wall, I have to have 6 inches above for ventilation because the fans blow out of the top. They suck in through the bottom and blow out the top. And I need to have 6 inches below for ventilation. And then also below, I'm probably going to have a wire chase box below to run things through. Either that, or I'm just going to attach everything directly to the wall, all nice, neat, but we'll see how that goes. Right now, I'm just want to get everything kind of set up on there. The screws I'm using are going to be these 2 7/8. Okay, 2 7/8. These have the holding capacity of a 3/8 inch lag bolt, and they will fit nicely through there and stay nice and flush because they have the flat tip head on them. So I use that to hang everything with. And then through the top, this is the power distribution box. I have these couple screws here. So once it hooks on, there's a lip and it hooks into here on the back. And then on the top, you can see these 2 screws there. These should line up with those screws. So I'll screw that in. And then on the bottom, this one doesn't have it, I believe on the bottom of the conduit box. I have 2 more screws that go directly into the wood wall. Now a lot of times you'll see in videos that this is a charge controller will actually be attached to this, and I can do that, but again I'm not 100% sure how the bottom attaches because this is laying on its side right now, but these knockouts do not line up with this pattern of knockouts. The only ones that line up is the communication panel, and I think that's it. So it's not very helpful. It'd be nice if it was consistent all the way across. So if this panel lined up with that one, it'd be really easy for me just to take this panel off, attach everything together, but for some reason it's not set up that way. So I'm going to leave a good 16 inches or so space between these two. So on the wall I would have conduit running down for my solar panels coming in. They would turn, probably go into this larger knockout here. I would have my communication line conduit piece coming out. It will go into that one so I can have everything talking to itself. And then when the solar lines are in there, they will come out either the other side or I'll run them back through one of these other conduit lines, and they'll come down onto my bus bar and then into the battery bank. So that's the plan for now. The only thing I don't entirely know how to do yet is string 3 of these together and string the 2 of those together, but at least for now I can get everything mounted up. Got my first panel up. It's going to take a bullet level there. Sure I've got that good and straight, because if not, every single one of them will be off. And that would be ugly. Like bonking your head. I should have made this with more headroom. Just walked right into that. Okay, I got 3 panels up and they're all leveled and lagged in. So now gotta muscle those up there, and they're heavy. I'll probably go ahead and unhook these batteries and pull them out so I got plenty of room to maneuver in here. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. Those things are really heavy. So that's a 2-man lift, but of course I've got no one here but me, so And yeah. Let me undo those batteries real quick and get them out of the way. Alright, so I built a little stand to get a little higher off the ground. That's where this thing's got to be like 200 plus pounds. I read somewhere it was 150, but these batteries are 125 and it was no problem for me. But this, oh, this is killer. So I've got to lift it up, and then this hook here will slide into there, and then it should support itself, and those two screws will screw into there. So it's probably pretty stupid for me to try to do this, but it's probably too heavy for my wife to help, and my father-in-law he's had hernias, he's 7 years old, probably too heavy for him too. Of course, my daughters cannot pick it up, so it's all on me. So the idea is to get it up. I got about close to 10 inches off the ground. With knees, bear hug it, get it on there is the goal, without dropping it on my toes. I already have blood here a little bit from yesterday from when I sliced my finger open on it. So let's see how this goes. Okay, I went ahead and got my screws up top holding that one in. Got this one unpacked. I think my batteries are out of the way good enough. So I'm going to put it on this side and slide it over is the thought. One of these little bottom grommets are sitting on the side right now when I put it on there. Hope this one goes as well as the first one. Find out shortly. Whew. Oh, that's scary, guys. I've had heavy things fall on me, and it is no fun. Picking things up like this is concerning. Okay, gotta find those screws. So back there, packaging is great. Kudos to Schneider Electric. The packaging was top notch. No complaints there. So in this little baggie is my terminals, positive, negative for the bottom. My COM bracket or socket, and then termination terminal, a couple other things in here as well. Here's the battery temperature sensor. I have my positive and negative battery covers, cable covers. These guys, red one, black one, clip on the bottom. I get my wires in there. And you guys, little screws to hold the top up. So I noticed that it actually gave you an air gap back here. Pulled that off the wall a little bit. Alright, power distribution panel should be a lot easier. It's not as heavy. It's probably only, I don't know, this feels like maybe 30 pounds. There. And I got probably turn this door around. Maybe. I may have to get it set up and see. Now down below, I've got to get this panel off. I usually don't like using screw guns on these, on anything like this, because it's just too easy to strip things out. But I suppose if you are extremely careful. So the nut to take, or the screw to take this side panel off is in here. Ooh. I'll cut that panel off, just one screw and it pops right out. Keep that screw with the panel in case for some reason you need to put it back on. In the future I'll find out. I'll probably leave a box up here with all my extra parts in it. So now, got a big hole here. Next we'll go on my conduit box. So first things first, gotta take some of this stuff out of there. Inside you'll see there's this aluminum chase. This fits in, here, like that. The communication ports are right here. The communication line pathways are right here. So go down, over up into this one, do this knockout to go over into the panel over here. It has the same knockout so that you can run your wire straight through. Now I'll go over to my charge controllers, so everything can be set up nice and neat. On the bottom here, there's 2 screws. So you loosen those up. You need to take off the side panels. This is basically creating a wire chase. Call it a conduit box, but you run your wires through it, so it's kind of the same thing. That's a tight one to get to down there. Alright, so this fit right there. Taking the aluminum panel off here just so I can get to where I need to put the bushing in at. If you guys saw where I put the bushing, feel free to speak up. I'll have to hunt that down and find it later, but before it gets too dark. So there's my 2 screws on the top, brackets on the back that it hooks onto. These are the 2 screws that you loosen up, and then the conduit box slides into it. The other one's hidden back here, which is why I had a hard time getting to it. I've got this panel off right now so I can slip my bushing in there where I did the knockout for the communication lines. And the communication lines will run in up through here, up into the communication ports on each one. And then I can run them through here, go all the way across. It'll knock out this side, and then we'll go over to my charge controllers, which are going to be on this panel over here. So my solar lines will come in right here into my charge controllers. I'll have to have a line coming down to the batteries and then back up to my system inverters and everything over here. That's the plano. So I just got to find that other bushing that grew legs on me. Pop that in, put this all back together, and then tomorrow I'll work on the getting the charge controller set up.